Welcome the rare gems. Let's get one thing straight. Sigma females are not the type you can push around, guilt trip, or manipulate with sweet words and empty promises. If you think you can, you're in for a surprise and not the fun kind. Sigma females aren't pushovers because they've developed a powerful inner compass that guides them in life. They don't need to dominate a room to make their presence felt. They're keen observers who choose their battles wisely. Their decisions and actions are driven by purpose, not by a desire to fit in or gain approval. When confronted with challenges, they are more likely to respond with level-headed composure than with people-pleasing or bending to pressure. While they are open-minded and can be incredibly supportive, Sigma females also know when to draw the line. This boundary setting isn't about being cold or distant. It's about preserving their integrity and energy. They won't allow themselves to be sidelined, manipulated, or belittled. Their quiet confidence often leaves people unsure of how to handle them, which only adds to their enigmatic appeal. This fierce individuality and commitment to self-respect make her anything but a pushover. Now let's dive into why they're simply unpushable, shall we? Let's get started. Rare gems. For a more thorough understanding, I invite you to watch the entire video and share your thoughts in the comments. Number 1. They study you before you even know it. Sigma females don't just walk into situations blind. They're always observing, always studying. Before you even realize it, they've already sized you up, figured out what makes you tick, and noted how you move. It's like they're playing a game of chess, and you're still fumbling with the pieces. Sigma females don't rely on surface-level interactions to understand people. They dive deeper, quietly gathering information with the precision of a surgeon. Every gesture, every choice of word, every tiny inconsistency, nothing escapes them. They don't just see what's in front of them, they decode it. This isn't paranoia, it's strategy. By the time you think you're making your first move, they've already seen 5 possible outcomes and have a plan for each one. Trying to manipulate a Sigma female is like trying to bluff in poker when she's already holding all the aces. She knows what you're doing before you even realize you're doing it. And when the time is right, she'll dismantle whatever game you thought you were playing, leaving you wondering how it all went sideways so quickly. But here's the thing. They don't always feel the need to expose you right away. Often, they let people reveal more of their intentions, watching the game unfold. It's this patience, this quiet observation that gives them a huge advantage. By the time you think you've won, they've already written the end of the story. Number 2. Zero tolerance for drama. Sigma females have no patience for drama and they don't make any secret of it. While most people get tangled up in gossip, petty arguments, or pointless conflict, Sigma females stay firmly above the fray. They view drama as a complete waste of energy, something that distracts from what truly matters in life. Instead of getting involved in the chaos, they remain detached, watching from a distance, but never stepping into the mess themselves. If someone tries to pull them into a dramatic situation, they won't take the bait. They don't argue, they don't defend, and they certainly don't explain. Instead, they give the person nothing, no reaction, no emotion, just cold indifference. This refusal to engage leaves manipulators frustrated and powerless because the usual tactics don't work on a Sigma female. She won't rise to the provocation, no matter how hard someone tries to stir the pot. This isn't about avoiding conflict, though. Sigma females are perfectly capable of standing their ground when needed. It's just that they see no value in drama for the sake of drama. They're selective with their time and energy. And if something doesn't serve a clear purpose, they'll shut it down without hesitation. By remaining aloof and uninterested in the games others play, they make it impossible for manipulators to find any leverage. Drama simply doesn't survive in their world, and those who thrive on chaos quickly learn that they're barking up the wrong tree. Number 3. Mastery of psychological judo. Sigma females have an almost effortless way of turning manipulative tactics back on the very people trying to use them. It's like psychological judo. They don't meet manipulation with resistance or emotional outbursts. Instead, they let the manipulator's own actions do the work. When someone tries to push them in one direction, Sigma females quietly step aside, allowing the force of the push to to throw the manipulator off balance. They don't need to fight fire with fire, just a well-timed shift that sends the manipulator stumbling over their own intentions. This isn't about passivity. It's a strategic approach. Sigma females understand that when you meet force with force, it's a drain on your energy and only escalates the conflict. Instead, they maintain their calm, staying fully aware of the game that's being played, but refusing to participate on anyone else's terms. They watch the manipulator's moves, knowing exactly what's happening, but rather than resisting, they allow the other person to unravel themselves. This ability to turn someone's own tactics against them leaves the manipulator powerless. They expect resistance or confrontation, but instead are met with cool indifference, which throws them off completely. By not reacting in the way manipulators hope, Sigma females strip them of their control, making their efforts pointless. It's a quiet, calculated mastery of handling conflict that keeps Sigma females one step ahead without ever having to engage in a direct fight, leaving their opposition flustered and defeated. We appreciate you, Rare Gems, for being a treasured subscriber. Your consistent support is vital to us and fuels our passion for delivering meaningful content. Thank you for your engagement and encouragement. Number 4. They kill with a look, not words. Sigma females possess an extraordinary ability to communicate without uttering a single word. Their looks hold a power that can cut through any pretense or facade, leaving others feeling exposed and vulnerable. With just one piercing gaze, they can convey a world of judgment, disbelief, or even disdain. It's not about being aggressive, it's about the sheer force of their presence. When a Sigma female locks eyes with someone, that look can freeze time, making the other person painfully aware of their shortcomings or insincerity. In a world where many resort to verbal sparring to assert themselves, Sigma females understand the potency of silence. They don't need to engage in petty arguments or debates. Their gaze alone is enough to dismantle someone's confidence. This ability to express profound disapproval or skepticism with a single glance creates an atmosphere that can be both intimidating and captivating. The person on the receiving end knows they've been seen for who they really are, and that realization can be disarming. What makes this skill so exceptional is that it allows Sigma females to maintain control over their emotions while leaving others rattled. They don't waste energy on meaningless chatter or confrontations. Instead, they let their eyes do the talking. It's a subtle but powerful reminder that actions and intentions matter more than words, and that sometimes silence speaks louder than anything else. In this way, Sigma females wield their looks as a weapon, making them formidable forces without ever having to raise their voices. Number 5. They're not afraid to be labeled difficult. Sigma females embrace the label difficult as a badge of honor, standing firm in their convictions rather than bending to societal expectations. While many women feel the pressure to be likable or agreeable, often sacrificing their own needs to keep the peace, Sigma females are unapologetic about their stance. They understand that to be labeled difficult is simply a reflection of their unwillingness to conform to someone else's agenda. This isn't a rejection of collaboration or compromise. It's a commitment to authenticity and self-respect. When they assert their opinions or stand their ground, they know they might ruffle feathers. But rather than shying away from the discomfort, they lean into it. Sigma females recognize that not everyone will appreciate their directness, and that's perfectly fine. They are more concerned with being true to themselves than fitting into someone else's box. This refusal to be swayed by external pressures often makes them stand out, and they wear that distinction proudly. This attitude doesn't just empower them, it also challenges those around them. When others label them as difficult, they inadvertently expose their own insecurities and need for control. Sigma females have a way of turning this label on its head, using it as fuel to assert their independence and strength. They redefine what it means to be difficult, showing that true strength lies in the courage to stay authentic, even when faced with pushback. For Sigma females, being called difficult signals that they are on the right path, one that prioritizes their own truth above all else. Number 6. Sigma females make decisions based on data, not emotion. Sigma females have a unique approach to relationships and interactions that sets them apart. They operate like scientists, meticulously observing their surroundings and gathering information before making decisions. This analytical mindset allows them to sift through emotions and focus on facts, ensuring that their choices are grounded in logic rather than sentiment. When faced with emotional appeals or guilt trips, they remain unfazed, seeing these tactics for what they are, manipulations that don't sway them from their path. This data-driven approach means they assess relationships and situations with a clear lens, identifying patterns and behaviors that others might overlook. They understand that emotions can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive decisions, so they prioritize rational thinking. When a situation arises, a Sigma female will analyze the facts, weigh the pros and cons, and make a decision based on evidence rather than feelings. This doesn't mean they lack empathy or emotional awareness. Rather, they choose to separate feelings from their decision-making processes. They recognize that while emotions are important, they shouldn't dictate actions. This level-headedness allows Sigma females to navigate complex social dynamics with ease, maintaining control and clarity even when tensions run high. Their ability to detach from emotional chaos makes them formidable in both personal and professional spheres. Others might get caught up in drama, but Sigma females rise above, focusing on what truly matters. In a world where emotional manipulation is common, their rational approach stands out as a beacon of strength and wisdom, allowing them to make informed choices that align with their values and goals. Number 7. Lack of a desire to prove themselves. Sigma females embody a sense of self-assurance that is truly refreshing in a world often obsessed with validation. They have no need to prove themselves to anyone, whether in personal relationships or professional environments. This inner security allows them to stand firm in their identity without feeling the need to seek approval from others. While many may find themselves caught in a cycle of trying to impress or appease, Sigma females thrive in their authenticity, untouched by external pressures. This lack of a desire to prove their worth significantly diminishes the power manipulators might wield over them. When someone tries to exploit insecurities or play on feelings of inadequacy, Sigma females simply refuse to engage. They know their value isn't defined by others' opinions, so any attempts at manipulation fall flat. This unshakable self-awareness makes them formidable. They become immune to tactics that typically prey on vulnerability. Instead of chasing after accolades or seeking to fit into someone else's narrative, Sigma females prioritize their own goals and aspirations. They are driven by a desire for personal growth and fulfillment, not by a need for recognition. This clarity of purpose keeps them grounded, allowing them to navigate challenges with resilience and grace. In a society that often equates self-worth with external achievements, Sigma females flip the script. They redefine success on their own terms, embracing their uniqueness without the weight of others' expectations. This empowering mindset not only fortifies them against manipulation, but also inspires those around them to cultivate their own sense of self-worth, reminding everyone that true strength comes from within. Number 8. Intuition that uncovers hidden agendas. Sigma females possess an intuition that's as sharp as a blade, capable of slicing through any facade or deception with ease. They have a natural sense for when something's off, when actions don't match words, or when someone's hiding an ulterior motive. It's not just a gut feeling, it's a highly tuned awareness that picks up on the smallest inconsistencies. And here's the thing, they don't react right away. That's where most people get it wrong. Instead of immediately confronting the dishonesty, Sigma females bide their time. They watch, they wait, and they gather evidence without ever tipping their hand. It's almost like a silent investigation, where the other person doesn't even know they're being studied. Sigma females have patience in spades, and they understand the power of timing. By holding back and allowing the other person to dig their own hole, they set the stage for a much more impactful moment when the truth finally comes out. When the time is right, they pull the rug out from under whoever's trying to play them, and it's never loud or dramatic. They simply present the facts in a way that leaves no room for excuses or explanations. It's in that calm exposure where their real strength lies, turning the tables with such precision that the other person often doesn't realize what's happened until it's too late. Sigma females trust their intuition completely, and it's that razor-sharp insight that ensures they're never blindsided. Number 9. Subtle provocations to expose others. Sigma females have an almost eerie ability to get under someone's skin without ever being obvious about it. They're masters at subtle provocations, gently pushing the right buttons to see what really lies beneath the surface. The beauty of it? They do it without ever raising their voice or showing an ounce of aggression. To most people, it's almost unnoticeable, until it's not. By staying calm and composed, they create an environment where others unknowingly reveal their true selves. Whether it's a casual remark, an unexpected question, or simply their quiet presence, Sigma females know how to make people feel slightly uncomfortable, just enough to let their guard slip. And when that happens, insecurities, hidden intentions, or motives rise to the surface. The person on the other end often has no idea they've been provoked. They think they're simply reacting naturally, but in reality, they're playing right into the Sigma female's hands. It's a calculated move, and it's incredibly effective. This isn't about manipulation. It's about seeing people for who they really are, beyond the masks they wear. By provoking without attacking, Sigma females let others expose themselves, all while they remain detached, observing the fallout. They don't need to dig deep or push hard, just a few subtle moves, and the truth reveals itself. In the end, it's this quiet control and effortless exposure that gives them a huge advantage, leaving everyone else trying to figure out what just happened. Number 10. Respect isn't requested, it's demanded. Sigma females don't need to ask for respect. It's something they naturally command. There's no need for long speeches or proving their worth. The way they carry themselves, the confidence in their silence, and their direct approach to life send a clear message. They expect to be treated with respect. The moment someone crosses that line, they don't stick around hoping things will get better or trying to smooth it over. No. A Sigma female either addresses the disrespect immediately, setting boundaries with calm precision, or she simply walks away without looking back. And here's the thing, when she walks away, she doesn't leave room for anyone to chase after her. There's no begging for understanding or trying to change someone's mind. She knows her value, and anyone who doesn't recognize it isn't worth her time. This is where most people get caught off guard. They expect confrontation or drama, but instead they're left scrambling, confused by her calm exit. Sigma females aren't interested in power plays or dragging out conflicts. They handle things with a quiet certainty that leaves no doubt. If you don't show them the respect they deserve, you won't have a place in their world. This approach doesn't just demand respect, it commands it. People quickly learn that they either step up or get left behind. There's no in-between. Sigma females have no time for games, and it's this clarity that makes them impossible to push around. Number 11. They play the long game. Sigma females excel at playing the long game, a strategy that sets them apart from those who react impulsively. Rather than getting caught up in the heat of the moment, they take a step back to assess the landscape before making their move. This thoughtful approach allows them to discern which battles are worth engaging in and which ones are better left alone. They recognize that power isn't defined by winning every confrontation, but by mastering the art of timing and control. In a world that often glorifies immediate reactions, Sigma females understand the value of patience. They let situations unfold naturally, allowing others to reveal their true intentions. By observing from the sidelines, they gather information and insights that inform their decisions, positioning themselves strategically for future interactions. This ability to remain composed, even when tensions rise, gives them an advantage over those who might be swayed by emotions or peer pressure. When Sigma females finally choose to engage, it's on their terms. They enter confrontations with a clear understanding of the stakes and the desired outcome, often leaving their opponents off balance. Their composed demeanor and calculated responses signal that they are not to be underestimated. This long-game mentality ensures that they maintain control, allowing them to navigate complex dynamics with ease. By playing the long game, Sigma females not only protect their energy, but also create a foundation for genuine connections. They prioritize quality over quantity, fostering relationships that are meaningful and mutually beneficial. In the end, it's this strategic mindset that empowers them to thrive, proving that true strength lies not in immediate victories, but in the wisdom of knowing when and how to engage. In a world where many feel the pressure to conform, Sigma females are the rebels who refuse to play by the usual rules. They navigate life with a mix of intelligence, intuition, and a refreshing lack of need for approval. If you're expecting them to fold under pressure or become the classic nice girl, you're in for a surprise. They've got their own agenda, and it doesn't involve seeking validation from anyone. Let's face it, Sigma females don't do drama, and they definitely don't do desperation. Their mastery of psychological judo and the art of playing the long game makes them formidable opponents. So if you think you can pull a fast one on a Sigma female, think again. She's probably already 3 steps ahead, sipping her coffee and watching the chaos unfold with an amused smile. In short, Sigma females are not pushovers. They're the ones holding the cards in this game of life. They've learned the art of balance, asserting themselves without losing their cool. And for those who dare to challenge them, well, good luck. You're not just dealing with a woman. You're up against a force of nature that won't bend or break easily. So here's to the Sigma females out there, living life on their own terms and showing the world that true strength doesn't need to shout. It just quietly commands respect. Thank you, rare gems, for tuning in. Stay vigilant as always. See you in our next video. God bless you.